He was a drifter who'd seen enough death to last several lifetimes. He knew what it was like to be hunted. So when he saw her, he understood that look in her eyes, the wildness, the fear. He also knew that look in her eyes wasn't entirely real. She was putting it on for him, trying to convince him she was just another runaway, just another desperate soul looking for help. But there were two things about her story that didn't add up. And by the time she'd disappeared into the forest, he was already making plans to find her again. Her name was Sarah, and she was all of 19, maybe even younger. The men in town said they'd seen her with a couple of outlaws, men who made their living stealing horses. She ran to him, practically threw herself at him, and begged him to hide her, protect her. She told him those men would kill her if they knew she'd escaped. He was a big man with hands like hams and a face like a roadmap of a hard life. His name was Caleb, and he lived alone in a cabin on the edge of the village, a man apart from other men. Most folks kept their distance, but not old man Hemlock. He'd come around often, sit on Caleb's porch, and tell stories of his glory days as a lawman. Days when the badge on his chest was shiny and new, and the only thing he carried in his holster was a 6-gun, but those days were long gone. Now he carried a cane and a heart full of regret. He also carried a secret, one that had him hoping this young woman might be his salvation. He knew the second she stepped off the porch and into the forest, she was gone. Even before she disappeared completely from sight, Caleb took off after her. There was something about her story that didn't sit right with him. When he finally found her, she was standing by her horse, which was tethered to a rock. Her head was down, her shoulders slumped. She looked like a runaway, all right, but not a frightened one. "Didn't think you'd find me," she said without turning around. Caleb stepped closer. "I don't rightly know why you did what you did back there," he said, "but you weren't hurting nobody." She finally turned around. In her hand was a small sack. "What?" He gestured to the horse. "You didn't need to steal that horse." A slow smile spread across her face. "You think I'm just some helpless farm girl? Don't much matter? Do it?" He was surprised by how calm he felt. For so many years, he'd been chasing ghosts, running from his past. But now it was like someone had put a ball and chain on his feet. He was rooted to the spot. She laughed, a beautiful sound, and she was gone, disappearing into the trees. He stood there a long time. When he finally got back to the cabin, Hemlock was waiting for him on the porch. "Thought you'd have more sense, Caleb," he said when he saw the grim look on Caleb's face. "Don't go chasing after her. You don't want to get involved." "You know something about her?" Caleb said, already knowing the answer. Hemlock sighed. "That girl is a force of nature, just like the one that blew through here almost 50 years ago." He paused, looked away. "The only difference, Sarah's got a good heart. Her mama didn't." Caleb sat down in a chair, suddenly very tired. "So what do? We let her go. We hope she makes it to the river and keeps going west." He watched her ride away. She waved at him, and he waved back, surprised by the lump in his throat. As she disappeared down the dusty road, Caleb knew he should turn away, that he had nothing to do with her, never did. But when he heard a gunshot, he turned back, started running. Hemlock was right behind him. They both knew that shot came from the law. They also knew Sarah wouldn't stop. She was fast and crazy, just like her mother, the infamous Pearl Hart, who robbed stagecoaches and trains back in the day. But this was Sarah's story now. And he knew no matter what, she wouldn't be caught. Not while she had the fastest horse in the West. Not while she had her mother's spirit inside her. Not while she had him protecting her.